Hi guys, Logan here with another video, and today I got something cool to show you. This is a brand new for 2024 Flaming Green Pumpkin by Tekky. This is a Big Lots exclusive item and is one of two new Flaming Pumpkins from Tekky, which, funny enough, both of them are exclusive for Big Lots. These are kind of hard to get this year, I'm not gonna lie. They're one of those items where either your store has them or they don't. And I was so blessed to have a store that does not. Don't know why, but it's just kind of one of those situations where I was shit out of luck. So, this is probably the most unique out of the entire Flaming Pumpkin series that Tekky has done because it's green. You know, they've done mainly orange ones. They've done two that are like scorched, and then they've done the little burlap series, and they've done orange ones. I think I already said that, but now we have a green one, and the green one's really cool because it's got stitching all around it, so it's got kind of Frankenstein's monster vibes going on, which I think is really cool. And it's got kind of the rotten pumpkin aesthetic going on, which I still think is really cool. It does kind of look a little more like a watermelon than a pumpkin, which, again, I still think is really cool, and that's kind of the appeal to me for it. It's got a lot of different textures going on here. It's got warts all over the head. It's got, like, weird patches here. You see where it's like kind of going soft and rotting, and then it's got a USB-C port back here so you can plug it in. That's a new thing Tekky is doing with the pumpkins this year. We've only seen USB-C ports on Flaming Pumpkins with the SVI ones, so Tekky is kind of doing that as well. I don't really think it's to compete with SVI. I think it's to add more versatility to these as well, because there are people who prefer if their items just plug in or if they just use battery. So they're kind of doing both, and I think that's really smart. So this, I believe, was 8 inches. So 8 inches. It's pretty small. It's, about as big as my hand. And it is retailing currently for $20. Yep, $20. As you can see here. And here's the actual tag. I like the newer tags that Big Lots is doing. I think it's really cool. I like this style. I'm not much of like a box or tag person, but I like that there's actual cool art. I think it's more reminiscent of, kind of the old days. Early 2000s, where everything had really fun, cool, stylized box art, tag art for Halloween and Christmas and all the other holidays. So, big plus for me, just as a nostalgia thing. So, there's really not a lot to it. It does have the standard orange flame. As you can see, it's the same kind of mechanism as all of the others. The reflective, like, plasticky material that's cut to look like various little flame pieces, and it's on like a little rotisserie almost is what it looks like, and then LEDs shine up on it, and then it reflects the flames on to this plastic. It makes it look like it's on fire. It's really cool. I've seen it a million times. I think Jemmy might have kind of popularized that concept. I think it was Jemmy. It might not have been, but I believe it was. Way forever ago. I think like back in the 90s. I could be totally wrong, but that's as far as my memory goes. But yeah, I love these pumpkins. I think they're really cool, and I like that they're still doing them. I wish we had more this year, honestly. I'm always a big fan of these cool, kooky, crazy designs that they bring out. I like the face. Obviously, I always talk about how I like that Tekkies are asymmetrical and are always imperfect, and this still has that asymmetry going on. I like how this side's got more prominent teeth, and then this side, they're smaller and These two in particular, they're kind of shriveled up, and then the mouth is all jagged. It looks hand carved, you know. It's really hard to make a perfectly carved jack-o'-lantern. And the eyes, again, asymmetrical. This one's bigger, this one's smaller. It's the little things I look for and stuff like this, because this is pretty realistic. I mean, it looks like someone actually carved it. You know, it's hard to do a perfect jack-o'-lantern, at least in my opinion. Not me just casually calling myself out that I can't carve a jack-o'-lantern, but I really can't. So again, I love the stitching on this. I like that they're different sizes. I wish instead of all of them being the perfect X's, they had like the X's and then just the perfect stitch lines. I think that would have been a little cooler on this. But I like that the top is also stitched shut. So that's really cool. And then here's kind of the bottom. It's the same as all the other ones. And then, yeah, so really the only difference on these, again, is the USB-C port. The new burlap ones also have the USB-C ports. Those came back this year, but they're being distributed through Morris, and they are being sold online at Big Lots, and they're way cheaper than they were at Lowe's. I recommend you go grab those because they're better and they're cheaper. Trust me. You will not regret it. But yeah, so I really don't have really any complaints with this. The only complaints I really have are with Big Lots themselves. And it's not like the store stocking or anything like that. It's actually online. So I ordered this with 2 other items. And I got the other one. It was the large 18-inch burlap pumpkin, which I already have on display because I got really excited for it. But the other one was I think it was the 9-inch, I think is how big it was. The 9-inch pumpkin that Tekky also did. It was an orange one, it had teeth, and it lit up green. And I ordered them all. They said they were all in stock, and they canceled that one. And it still said it was in stock after it was canceled, and it turns out that it was actually out of stock. And their website takes about a week to correctly update their stock status. So, I guess kind of my biggest complaint is how the websites ran and how they don't sufficiently update their stock in real time. And I know there's going to be people being like, well, you know, it's really hard to do. It's not. There's literally software dedicated to that type of thing. I mean, you look at Depot, for example, their stock updates within literal seconds, you know, every year. So, in my personal opinion, you know, as a consumer and as someone who has a general understanding of how websites should work, especially if you're a retail business, I feel like they should update the software, maybe update the whole website or something, so it adequately updates the stock, what's actually in stock, what's not in stock, so people stop ordering things that are not actually in stock, and then at the very last minute, they're like, oh, we actually don't have this item. Because that's what happened with me. Literally, like a day before they shipped out all of my items, this would have been 4 days after I ordered everything, I got an email saying, hey, this item's actually not in stock, sorry, canceled it. So, and I'm not the only one that's had this issue. I've seen countless other people on Facebook talking about how they've not been able to order items. I've seen it mainly with the animatronics, most notably the werewolf. So that's kind of my biggest criticism this year with Big Lots, especially. Find a way to like update your website, get this stock to actually update properly, and I think, you know, you might have an easier time with customers, and that would make that would just make everything easier for you guys and with your customers, and it would keep everyone happy, basically. But that's really it. That's been my only issue so far with Big Lots. I don't order from them a lot. I don't buy from them a lot. I kind of buy from them every once in a while, every year maybe, if they even have anything I want. So, but other than that, smooth sailing. I recommend this if you can find it. I know they just had that big Friday the 13th sale. I got this way before then, by the way. I just kept forgetting to film it. So I don't know what the stores are looking at now. They're probably barren and dead and have like no stock. But if you can find this, I recommend it. It is very unique. It would kind of stand out in your pumpkin patch if you do one. I do one. That's why I look for some really cool and unique pieces like this to stand out and just look really awesome, you know? So keep an eye if you can find it. $20 really isn't that bad. And I know every Friday they're doing sales, so you know, keep an eye out for that as well. I don't know if everything will be 50% off again or what they're gonna do from there, but definitely keep watching Big Lots and see what they do, because if these hit another sale, I definitely see them flying off the shelves really, really, really fast. But that's all for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.